Hello, welcome all of you once again back. This is SBECEGH. We've gotten access to BECE 2025 computing and we want to go deep dive and take our time and analyze the questions one by one. And as we answer the question one by one, we'll see how best we can anticipate likely examination question for 2026. So I believe this one is going to be fun and also interesting and more educative, right? If there is something you don't understand, you can leave the question in the comment section below and we will address that. So without any further ado, let's get started. Now we are starting with the objectives 2025 BECE question. Number one, computers have become smaller, faster, and more reliable due to the use of microprocessor in the second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation. So the question is asking which generation of computers made computers smaller, faster, and more reliable using the main component, which is microprocessor. And the answer is simple, which is what the fourth generation, right? Now, this is easy and simple to get the question, but if you analyze the question well, it is also something that we can think of for next year because there are so many generations of computers and each generation has its own unique what main component, right? Now 2025 they focus on fourth generation of computers. What about 2026? What about 2027? So for you to remember all the generation of computers and their main components used, I have actually developed a mnemonic, you see, a simple cheat code that will help you to remember. And I just want to show it to you, right? Here is it. So generation of computers, this is the cheat code. So we have generations here, main components used and the mnemonic that was used. So this is how the mnemonic goes. Veins travel into my arteries. Veins travel into my arteries. So where veins is for the first one, right? So we stand for vacuum tube, vein. Now travel is T, which is second for transistors. Into is I, which is third generation for integrated circuit. Mine is microprocessor for fourth, and arteries, artificial intelligence, for the fifth generation of computers. So you don't need to chew this in your head. You will forget, or you can even mix them up, right? So just remember the mnemonic here and make sure it is in order, right? So the first one is first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation. So veins travel into my arteries, where veins is for vacuum tube, vein travel transistors into integrated circuit, my microprocessor, and artificial intelligence for the fifth generation, right? I hope this is helpful. If you need this cheat code, kindly comment I like the cheat code in the comment section below and I'll send it to you right away. Now let's continue with number two. The graphic tablet is a kind of device used to R feed signals, QR code, magnetic whatever, handwriting, drawing, and input. The answer is D. So graphic tablet is was designed for artistic works. See those who do graphic designing and artwork, they usually use the stylus to draw on it. So that is the answer for handwriting and drawing. Now, number three, to make teaching and learning of computing more interactive, the teacher intends to demonstrate an activity by showing diagrams, images, and videos on a large screen in the classroom. Now, the most appropriate device to achieve this objective by the teacher is what? So the answer is simple. The question is clear, right? The teacher wants to show a multimedia of diagram, images, and video for the whole class. And you know, the class is so big that if the person should use a laptop, they wouldn't be able to see. So he need a projector to project it on larger screen for the whole class to see. And that is the answer for number three. Number four, the purpose of a storage device in a computer system is for keeping and retrieving data. That is number four. Let's go to number five. A school prefect approached the computing club to guide him in designing a presentation using Microsoft PowerPoint. The prefect intends to practice the presentation and record the time spent for each slide to make the presentation run smoothly. The best feature for capturing club for The best feature the computing club will suggest to the prefect is what? So let's break the question down and understand. The prefect is actually designing a presentation using Microsoft PowerPoint. Now, along the way, they would like to record the time spent for each slide to make their presentation. So there is a feature in Microsoft PowerPoint that can help them do that. And that is what they are requesting the computing club to help them with, right? What is the answer? The answer is rehearse timing. Now let me open Microsoft PowerPoint and demonstrate this to you shortly. So I've opened Microsoft PowerPoint and I have two slides, right? If I want to rehearse the timing, just click on slideshow, right? Click on slideshow, then you see rehearse timing. Click on it. Once I click on it, the system automatically starts to record the timing. You see, it has started recording the timing for the first slide. So the time spent for this slide 1 will be saved. If I should click on the button, it will move to the next slide and it will start a new slide timing or rehearse timing for that. So let me press, see, it has started a new timing for this particular slide. So that is how everything works, and that is what the prefect is demanding from the computing club. You can practice more to get the sense very well. Okay, now let's continue with number 6. After the computing class, a colleague approached you to further explain to him how to reference a worksheet cell in Microsoft Excel. In the explanation, you mentioned that to reference a cell, one needs to use the cell A value and B address. The answer is what? Cell address. Cell address is like a house number. If you want to direct someone to a house, obviously you need a cell address. You need a house address, and the same applies to Excel. Every cell has a name, and the name is the address that the system used to reference them. Now let's go to number 7. Bello formatted Microsoft Excel worksheet cells with different colors based on specific conditions, and it was very beautiful. Which of the given features can a student use to achieve the same results as Bello? So colors based on specific condition. So if you do this, then the color will change. If you do this, the color will change, right? So even the name can clearly help you to get the answer based on specific condition. And the answer is conditional formatting. Mm. We are formatting, meaning we are changing the color and we are using condition. So the answer is 7. Now let's go to number 8. Which of the following terminologies is associated with a computer network? We have junk, Trojan horse, firewall, and defragmentation. The answer is C, firewall. Now, what firewall does is that it acts like a security man. So it checks incoming data. If the data is good, it will allow it. If it is bad, it will block it. So it is used in a network, right? Now, number 9. Zalia is very good at posting her pictures and locations of wherever she goes on her social media platform for her friends to see. Now, the potential risks associated with Zala's activity online is what? So the answer is basically the first one, which is identity theft. The reason is that Zala is posting her identity. You see, the picture identifies her, so it is her identity. And because it is online, social media, everybody can take that picture, which will become theft, and the person will use it anyhow. So the biggest disadvantage or the potential risk of what she is doing is what? Identity theft. Someone can take her identity, her picture, and misuse it. Okay, number 10. Survey the internet requires the use of search engines which are designed to help users find information on the internet. So that is the question and that is the answer. Now number 11. In the concept of programming, a comment in a program code is used to what? Now comments are used for two main things. One, to deactivate code, and at the same time to explain a portion of the code. And that is the answer for 11. Now let me just show it to you for you to see how actually it works. So this is a, a game that I'm trying to develop. I'm developing a simple rock paper scissors game. See, now if you look at the code, most of the code are colored, right? It means that they are active codes. But you can see this one here, it is blurred. This is explaining this portion of the code. So it helped me to know that this code is for rock, right? And this code is for paper. and this code is for scissors, right? So this is comment. Comment. It is used to explain a portion of the code, or it is also used to deactivate a code. So just keep this in mind for the sake of examination 2026. If they should ask you, write to importance of using comment. Comment is used to explain a portion of the code. It's also used to deactivate the code. Now let me show it to you quickly. So this is the output, right? As you can see, I have rock, paper, scissors here, rock, paper, scissors. Now let me comment rock and see, you will not see it on the screen again. So I'll highlight everything, then control plus /. You see, it has deactivated the code. Now that it has been deactivated, if I refresh the page, see, you're not going to see rock again. You see, it is missing. So that is the purpose of rock. Don't forget it. It is used to explain a portion of the code, also used to deactivate code. Okay, let's go to the next section. Number 12. Robotic systems have components that relate to the functioning of human organs. The components of the robot that acts like the brain of the human is what? Controllers. So the name even should help you to remember control. It control the robot, and that is for the brain. Number 13, the most powerful technological innovation made during the development of the fifth generation computers was the use of, that is the last one, ULSI microprocessor. So this one mimics human intelligence, so making machines behave and things like what human beings. That is why we call them AI or artificial intelligence, right? So the answer is D. Number 14, a customer gave a new laptop to a technician to set account on Windows that is required to make changes to all the system. So the emphasis is here. So he's making changes to all the systems. Now the best account type to advise the technician to consider is what? You can't use the guest because the guest doesn't have access to all system. He's just a guest. Remote tool is out. Standard tool cannot access it. But the administrator, who is the owner of the laptop, have access to all. So they need to give the technician access to the administrator account. Number 15, JHS students were given a project by their computing teacher to create a virtual museum for the storage of electronic artifacts. The possible tool for this assignment is what? The answer is augmented reality. Augmented reality acts like a glass, something that you put on like a specs. You see, it's a VA. It acts like a virtual reality, something like that. But this one, it is augmented. You see, so whatever you see, you are able to see the natural world and the physical world. It blend them together, and because they are using it as a museum, it will really help them to see it well, right? So the answer is C. Now, number 16. The Secretary of the Parliament of Ghana sits on an ergonomic chair to work in the office because, very nice question. It ensures proper sitting arrangement, makes the workplace look attractive, align the chair properly with the workstation, promotes proper body alignment and support. That is the answer. The answer is D. So ergonomic chair is one of the chairs that when you go to the barbering salon, you see, when you go to barbering salon, mostly the chair that you sit on, most of them are ergonomic chair. But if you don't see it like that, then if you go to the banks, most of the bankers too, the tellers, you see, where we go and take our money, the chair that they usually sit on, you see, at the bank, most of the chairs are ergonomic chair. It allows them to relax, rest their arm, their head so that they wouldn't have any problem. Okay, so 17. Text formatting options in Microsoft Word processing application include, we are formatting a text. So all these are things that we can use. It includes what? So the answer is strike through, right? When we are formatting the text, we use this one, right? Okay, number 18. A user intends to create and customize diagrams in Microsoft PowerPoint for the presentation. The best feature to help achieve this is what? Number 18, the answer is what? SmartArt. See, the user intends to create a customized diagram. So SmartArt. Let me just quickly show you the SmartArt. Go to Insert. click on insert here, picture 2, you see SmartArt. You see, if I click on it, I have access to a bunch of SmartArts. I have to choose the one that I like based on what I want to develop or do, right? We have list, we have process, we have cycle. If I should click on this one, when I click OK, then I have access to edit the information, and that is what the question is actually talking about. Okay, now let's go to number 19. In a desktop publishing project work, a student's work contained more text than it can display. This situation is best described as, so 19. The answer is overflow. Overflow. This one. So it's overflow. In a desktop publishing project work, a student's work contained more text than it can display. Okay. Okay, so it is C, as you said. Now let me just explain for you to get it well. So they are saying that the work that the student is actually doing, you see, some of the work has spilled over the canvas. You see, some of the texts are out of the canvas. So it is overflow. So let me show you publisher. I'm opening publisher right now. Use this one. Okay, so as you can see, this is the canvas. Now anything that I want to print should be inside this white space. If we go outside, it has overflow. You see, so the question is saying that some of the text that the student has actually typed, some of them have overflowed. So let me just type overflow text. You see, this one is actually within the canvas, so this is not overflow. But if I should, you see, if you do it like this, you will see this sign telling you that some of the text is missing, so you can't see it. It is no more, right? Okay. At the same time, if I should move the cursor here, you see, and the portion, which is some of the text too, is outside the white space. You see, you don't see it. When we should print it, you're not going to see this one. Let me just show you a print preview. You see, the text will not come because it has overflown. And that is what the question was actually asking. Okay. Number 20. The purpose of the if function in Microsoft Excel application is to do what? 20. The answer is C. Perform logical text and return a value on a condition. Now I'm going to have a video based on Microsoft Excel, which is very deep dive. It covers almost every concept in Microsoft Excel in the syllabus, because Excel is very important and it's a little difficult for some students and teachers to actually grasp. So we're going to go more deep dive into that later. Now 21. What value will the Microsoft Excel function this return? Now let's analyze it. Okay, so this is the function, right? Count A1 up to A10 and return the answer. You see, so we have been given a value even though they didn't specify the values, but obviously since we are starting from A1 to A10, then we assume that we have numbers from 1 up to 10, right? Now the system is going to count the values, right, from A1 up to A10. If you should count 1 up to 10, you get 10. You see, so this function, what it does is that it counts the number of cells. You see, then the cells start from A1. If you go to from A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9, A10, you get 10. So the answer is what? C. Now let me open Microsoft Excel for you to see. Let me copy this formula. I'll go and paste it so that it become easier. Excel. So we have this data, right, from A1 up to A10. And as you can see, I have this value inside. Now let me apply this formula here, and if I press enter, you see I get 10. It's because the system counted from here up to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the value was 10. I hope it is clear, right? So anytime you meet a question somewhere with this, you should be able to answer. And as I said earlier, there's going to be a dedicated video section for only Microsoft Excel. Soon I'm going to release it and you understand Microsoft Excel like a pro, which will prepare you for any future exams that you follow, right? 22. At the internet cafe, Kofi connected his laptop to the internet without using a cable, and Akia connected her laptop using a cable. An example of a QS connection type is what? 22. The answer is Ethernet adapter, right? So IKEA use a cable, so we use Ethernet adapter for that. Now, if it were the question were turned to Kofi, you see, Kofi connected his laptop to the internet without cable. You see, that one would have been what? Wi-Fi. You see, Wi-Fi, because it is without cable. But Ames own or QS own is cable, so that one is Ethernet adapter. So don't forget that one too. Now, number 3, the computer teacher advised the student that studying computer networking provides entrepreneurial opportunities. Which statement justifies this advice? The answer is A, offering consulting services. So you can learn networking and you become what? Consulting, a network consultant who will be giving advice to companies based on their network. You see, so if you learn networking, you can develop games. You don't have anything to do with social media or designing smartphones, right? Yours has to do with consultation, offering consultation service. So that is one entrepreneur opportunity in the space of networking. Now, 24. After replacing his old smartphones, Muba cannot access, most saved contact. His friends advise saving contact in an email environment. The feature for this is 24. The answer is what? Address book. So if you have address book and you save your contact there, even if your phone is missing, you can have access to all of that. Number 25. In computing class, a video showed a user gaining unauthorized access to an organization's computer system. This act is termed as hacking. Hacking. Because the person is getting access to a system he is unauthorized. He's not supposed to get access to. And the person has managed to go there. It means the person has hacked the computer, right? 26. An entry on a blog that contains text, images, or multimedia content is called 26. The answer is post. It's so simple. Let's go continue. 27. A programmer uses a good algorithm to write software. The algorithm is characterized by the following, except 27. The answer is what? Complexity. Complexity is out. Anytime you are planning coding or developing a software, you all prepare what? Algorithm. And it should be efficient, there should be simplicity, it should be simple, and there should be what? Correctness. But the algorithm should not be complex. It shouldn't be too complex for you to understand. So the answer is D, which is out. Number 28. Robots are used in many areas of society. An example of the application is what 28 is. Autonomous vehicles. So now you have robot cars. No one is sitting in the car, but the car is moving by itself. Probably in Ghana we don't have some, but outside Ghana, certainly we have cars like that. Okay, so 29. The question says, a quiz master asks participants to complete the statement. While the download folder in the default location for downloaded files, while the download folder is the default location for downloaded files, the My Document folder is the default location for documents just worked on, right? The answer is C. So any document that you work on, if you save it, automatically the system will save it inside My Document. 30. The term multimedia is widely used in computing. What is the function of a multimedia feature in word processing application? 30. The answer is D, right? Multimedia, what is the function? It adds interactive elements like buttons and links. So that is the main function of that. Now 31. 31. In a group presentation, the first step to insert an online video into a slide is to click on the 31. The answer is insert tab. I think this is very simple. Anytime you are asked to write the steps used to insert a video, insert a music, insert audio. Once you hear insert, first thing is to click on insert tab. And that is what the question was asking, right? 32. A designer reminds staff to use templates in desktop publishing because 32. They provide a starting point for document design. That is B, right? That is B. So let me show you templates. When you say template in Microsoft PowerPoint, let me create a new one and just see. So these are some of the templates, right? I can start from blank document and I can also choose a template. So if I want to create a calendar, instead of me creating everything from scratch, I'll just click on this one. Then you see I have access to a bunch of this with design, with colors. All I have to do is to select the one that I like, click on this, then I start from this. You see, so all I have to be changing maybe the name, the logo, and start. So that is the purpose of what template. It doesn't make you start everything from scratch. So there's a big advantage if you know how to use it. Now 33. 33, it says the most appropriate chart to represent how a man shared his property among family members is what? Pie chart. Pie chart is used in Excel a lot. Now 34. The correct syntax of the if function in Microsoft Excel is what? The answer is A, right? Please keep this one in your mind very well. I think this particular year there were a lot of Excel questions. That is why we are planning to dedicate one section all for Microsoft Excel. Very soon we're going to upload that. Please, if you are finding a portion difficult to understand, don't forget to ask in the comment section below, okay? And also you can also subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell for any later videos so that you don't miss them. 35. To send picture through email which students struggle with, the most appropriate email feature is what? 35. The answer is what? C. Now if you look at the question, see, they specifically said that students struggle with, and WAEC is particular about this. So it could be next year or the following years to come. I wouldn't be surprised if you have section B question that focus on email, because if they are saying students struggle with, then it is something that WAEC will keep an eye on, right? So we should focus on this one for next year exams. I'm not saying that this is what WAEC is going to bring, but from this message that they brought, which students struggle with, WAEC will pay attention to that. And don't worry, we'll have a section on that too. 36. The first step to create a blog for a school assignment is to do what? A is to pick the blog name and niche, right? So if you want to create a simple website, the first thing to do is to have the name and whatever. 37. Pseudocode is best described as what? Pseudocode. Pseudocode. So step-by-step programming outline in informal language. So it uses English language, that is plain English, together with code, you see, to help programmers understand before they write their actual code. So that is pseudocode. And 38. A hexadecimal number A2 converted to binary is what? Hexadecimal number A2 converted to, the answer is B. Because of the time's sake, I will dedicate another section to explain this portion. Well, then we all solve this one together. 39. A programmer has indented the code in the program being written. The purpose of indentation is to do what? The answer is C, right? Sorry, the answer is D. Show the start and end of the conditional statement. So let me show you indentation in coding. So if you look at these small lines, you see, so these are the indentation. It helps us to know which part of the code we are on, right? So I can indent this one, you see, then it will go to the next line. I can indent this one too, also go to the next line, right? And this one also help me to know that this one is the same as this. You see, I can close it here because this is for the same thing. So that is the indentation they are talking about. Don't worry too much about this programming thing. We'll have a dedicated section too on that. And the last one that brings the section A to an end is number 40. The role of neural network in artificial intelligence in modern technology is to D, simulate human brain function for learning and problem solving, right? So once you hear the word neuron or neural, it's talking about neurons. Neurons are in our brain. That is what help us to do all the thinking activity. So those who design artificial intelligence, they look at how humans brain function, the neurons, how God has made our neurons, how they work, how we think, how we reason, you see, how we make decisions based on our neurons. And they also develop an artificial neurons or neural network that helps machine to also what think and function like human beings, right? So this is everything that 2025 BEC question touch on it or touch. Please, if you don't understand anything, feel free to leave the question in the section below so that we'll address it for you. And watch out for section B where we will have more fun on that. Thank you very much. This is SBECEGH.